G'day, today we're talking transcriptions, how to easily, quickly record life stories using voice typing tools. Now firstly, today's show is brought to you thanks to the Your Family Story system, and I'll have some free sections to this at the end of the show, so stick around. But first I want to go over some ideas about transcriptions. Now, thinking back to when I was in journalism school, it was very, very different. We had to learn shorthand, which is sort of squiggles on a page. And I had an English shorthand teacher. She had a very precise English accent. She had a new box of chalk every lesson and a silver stopwatch to make sure we were getting through all the work, getting up to over 100 words per minute transcribing. It was very, very hard work, but thankfully things are a lot easier now. You don't have to go through that and you can save so much time. And I've got 3 ideas for you about making things easier for transcription. So let's jump in. The first one is transcription services. Now there's many of these. They can be free and they can be paid for. Usually they're online and they've got really fast turnaround. Now, one that comes to mind is quite well known is Rev, R-E-V. So Rev offers human transcription of audio and video to text. At this current time of recording, it's about $1.50 per minute US. Now that's actual real humans sitting down on the other end of the screen there for you, typing that up. They also offer artificial intelligence transcription using speech recognition. Now at the moment that's US 25 cents per minute, and I think you get the first 45 minutes at the moment for artificial intelligence for free, so if you're transcribing there. Now you can see the price difference in those two. Obviously if you go to a human you're going to get really quite great transcription. Artificial intelligence, it's good, it's getting there, it's not perfect, but a great starting point, especially if you're on a budget. It's very affordable. So that's option number 1 for transcription. The second one I wanted to talk to you about is speech typing software. So most word processors and video meeting software has this already built into it these days. And that's great because it's been added as an accessibility option for those who are hearing impaired or can't, maybe they're in their environment where they don't want to have the audio on, they want to read what's going on. So one that comes to mind that everybody can easily get available is Google Docs. It has a voice typing tool included in there for free, and it basically turns speech into words on a page. So really, really easy. So basically what you do, if you've got your laptop or you've got your phone, you open a Google Docs file and you have your sort of cursor ready to type as if you're just going to input it manually. And you're going to look for a tools menu. And in there you will find, hopefully, the voice typing tool. And when you hit that, it's going to bring up like a microphone icon and it will show you when it's recording, and you just basically start talking to your device and it will put the words on the page. Or another option is if you've taken a recording, say of a loved one, you could play that back to the device and it will put that into words on a page. So that is a great free option which I know everybody can get access to. So yeah, Google voice typing tool. So to finish the show, I've got a final option for you, and it's more if you want to do it yourself transcription it's a browser app. Now this is still manual, but it's going to make it a little bit easier. Now I've been doing transcriptions as a journalist for a long time and I'm quite used to it. I've got my own process, and it's exactly what I did when I helped my grandmother record her life story. I did it manually. But a great tool, it speeds up the process, and this tool is free and it's a web browser app, is oTranscribe. Now this is created by a journalist in fact, and it's an audio and text editor. So it's going to minimize you toggling between windows. So you've got your recording in one window, you've got where you're typing it up in another. So you're sort of jumping back to and fro. But this will put it all in the one browser window, one browser app, and it includes keyboard shortcuts. So when you're transcribing, you're not taking your hands off the keyboard to say move the mouse, open some other window. So these shortcuts are great for like pausing, for playing, of course, skipping, rewind. I think you can jump in time, you can speed up, you can slow down, etc. So that's going to really help you transcribe. Sort of do-it-yourself manual. Sort of a little bit easier than it used to be, but still pretty manual. And perhaps that's great. Like for me, with my Aussie accent, sometimes the AI doesn't particularly like some of my words or place names, and so that can be a great option if you want to do it yourself. So to recap the show, I've talked about online transcription services. That's one option. Another one was the speech typing software, like Google Docs voice typing tool. And then finally, the browser app like oTranscribe. So those options should really help you escape the transcription grind and really going to turbocharge your life story creating. And you could be creating a memoir, a biography, an autobiography, or some other life story project. This is really going to help you along. Now, if you want to get links to all of that, I'll leave them in the description below. But I encourage you, go over to my website. I've got a whole article just on this topic, a bigger article of the show, and it's called foreveryoungautobiographies.com/transcription. And leave me a comments there, or hear what tool to do with life stories has been really helpful. Have you discovered something? Can you share it with us so we can all benefit? And if you've got a question to do with life story creating, it could be planning, creating, polishing, publishing, you can always send me an email. Go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/contact. I love to hear from the audience. Now, before I duck off, I mentioned the Your Family Story system at the top of the show. Now, this is a system I came up with. It breaks down the process of how to interview a loved one and record their life story. Now that product's for sale, but I've got some free sections for that for you to take a look at, just to try out. Go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/free. Know that's going to help you get started on a life story project with a loved one. So it'd be super if you could follow, subscribe, like the show, leave it a review, and I will see you again really soon with a new topic. So happy writing.